Yes, sir. A hand of applause to His Excellency.
Okay. How are you? Ready? Everybody? How are you? Nice. Very good. Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Thank you.
Elected President of the Republic of Kenya. That leaders can inform you of what wananchi are saying for giving me a job. Nimeshukuru sana. You and I, hata nikifika 60% is sawa, because I'm sure I cannot be.
And again, I want to say thank you to Your Excellency, the President, and the Deputy President, and also all the principals of the Kenya Kwanza team who found it fit to approve my nomination for the election as Deputy Speaker, I'm getting confused, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. Thank you for that faith in me, and thank you so much. From the applause I've had, I see you approve, and I'm grateful. But that notwithstanding, I want to humbly request for your support and your vote tomorrow when the House convenes. I will be seeking your support and your vote, and I can confirm to you that I am a hard worker. I will make sure that I bring Parliament to even greater heights. I will give my full support to the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula. You will have my full support. You can count me on. You can count on me on that. And I will never fail you. You have my confirmation. For His Excellency the President, I know you have a big agenda. The success of your plan is dependent on the fact that we can move legislation through the House fast enough.
I really first want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me even that opportunity to attend the ballot as the Deputy Speaker, Senate. So that privilege already is an honor to me, my family, and the great people of Meru County. So, Your Excellency, nashukuru, Bwana Deputy President, nashukuru sana.
As we go to different and take different positions in your government, our unifying factor is that message that we gave to the people who voted in, all of us. And therefore, the fact that some of us are going to the Senate, some of us are going to the National Assembly, some of us are going to the executive, does not mean that we lose sight of what is unifying us, the agenda that we gave to the Republic. And I handed over the instruments of power to the current governor of Kilifi. What does that mean? It means I'm jobless. Since I'm jobless, I need to start knocking doors, talking to those who can employ me. And anyone who can give you a job, anyone who can employ you is your boss. So with humility, I'm asking the senators of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition, I'm asking for your vote with a lot of humility. I'm lucky that quite a number of them are my friends. For the 10 years I've served as governor, I've appeared severally before the Senate as the law demands, and in so doing I've made quite a number of friends in the Senate. Your campaigns ended and mine has just begun.
I want to assure you, honorable members, that I'll be your diligent servant. I'll use my long experience to mentor those who are ready to be mentored into leadership. I'll be available to guide those who want to be guided on good debating skills. Whenever you have a moment, sneak into the library, read the debates in the Hansard of Martin Shikuku, Tom Mboya, Mwai Kibaki, Omaro Kijana, yours truly here, and many others. You'll be able to pick a lot of experience. James Orengo and others who spend a lot of time in the House debating issues. Niko na kura yenu? Can I put the question? I think I'll leave that to tomorrow. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the confidence that this coalition, Kenya Kwanza, has bestowed on me. I have, since my election as Senator of Bungoma, tendered my resignation, and I stand before you also unemployed. But I know that your benevolence and your positive thinking and your support will give us the leadership tomorrow.
And you have told us that you want to continuously engage with elected leaders, and your meetings will be conducted in the decorum and respect, so that leaders can inform you of what wananchi are saying, and you can also be able to engage them. So it's against that background that this meeting has been called as a housekeeping meeting to agree on the way forward as we form government, as we take over the Senate and the National Assembly, so that our leader can engage us and give us a way forward, and we discuss and then we agree on how to move on. So I want to confirm to you that these meetings will be continuous and they'll be conducted in a nice manner, so that tunaishiriana.
I want to encourage you as members of Parliament. Your office is the constituency. Musisahau kwenda constituency. You know, I have seen many people who have lost because Parliament can be a very interesting place. Unapata trip ya kwenda New York. Ukirudi, there is another trip to Mombasa. Ukirudi, there is another trip to another place. By the time unajua, it is 1 month since you went to the constituency. Hiyo ndio highway ya kufukuzwa na raia. Mnanielewa? So please, constituency ndio ofisi yako kwanza. That's the office. Yeah, and you must report to the office as often as is practically possible. Make use of the floor of the House. The floor of the House is a very premium platform. Nobody, 50 something million Kenyans, is only you who have the platform of Parliament. So make sure you use that platform. Siku ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu utakuwa unatetemeka kidogo, Kiswahili inaharibika, Kiingereza inakwama, lakini polepole, you know. They say practice makes perfect. Sindio? Make sure, don't give up. And I want to ask the senior members of the House who are here, please make sure now our 2 speakers, by God's grace, expose the new members. You know, give them a chance to speak. Watafanya makosa nini. Yeah, kidogo hapo, but progressively we will get good legislators. Sinumna hiyo. Don't also shy away from the media. You know, don't run away from the media. Be careful, but don't run away from the media. As I have said before, we have made a commitment that to improve oversight over our government and to give greater opportunity for legislators like yourself to interrogate what we are doing as government, our CSS, we are going to change the standing orders, hopefully, so that our CSS can come to the floor of the House and answer to your questions. Issues of a road in your constituency, a water project in your constituency, electricity project in your constituency, we are going to make it possible for us to be able to speak to you and to speak to your electorate directly from the floor of the House. And even as we begin the process of assembling that government, we are going to make it abundantly clear to those who want to serve in our administration that they must be ready to face the people's representatives and answer their questions. We are competing with a very desperate team. I just want to let you know, as members of parliament here, we have a good margin of about 11 members in the National Assembly. We have other members who are not sitting here, but they will vote for us, maybe possibly another 15 or so, but maybe towards 20. So we will have a bigger margin in parliament, but let us not take anything for granted. People who can use the National Security Advisory Committee to try and overturn the will of the people, they can do worse. They are very desperate to have the Speaker of either House. So I want to ask you for this, for today and tomorrow, please be careful. They could even possibly arrest some of you people just to reduce our numbers. So just be careful. I just want to ask all of us, we are dealing with a very desperate lot. We undertook to the people of Kenya that we want to create a team that carries the face of Kenya as we look into the leadership of our country. And as we try to create that face of Kenya, it is important for us to look at certain parameters. You're all aware that we already have a president and a deputy president elected. Sindio? So we build a bigger coalition nationally for us to be able to carry the whole country. And we will be deliberate. Even when I assemble the next government, we will be deliberate in making sure that we carry the face of this country, because in this election, the people of Kenya have spoken to us very loudly. They have said they do not want ethnicity to be part of the equation of the politics of Kenya. Sindio? They have told us they want us to build a bigger, broader consensus that carries the people of Kenya. If you were to rent that flat, you'd possibly pay 15,000, maybe 20,000, but it's going to cost, paying mortgage, 5,000. Nanielewa? And a 2-bedroom, 10,000 for mortgage. That's what the house, and I want you to go and see, so that it's not phantom. When we say we want to do the housing program, it's possible for us to have enough houses affordable for all the citizens, all these people, even the people in Kibra here, who are paying 3, 4, 5,000 for mahali nyumba iko na matope, mahali hakuna sewage, hakuna chochote, and they are paying close to 5,000. We can be able to get them to pay mortgage in a decent house. So I am going to work with the ministry I've already told them, alerted them on what to do, so that you people can see, so that when we are doing legislation in Parliament, you understand what is the legislation for, what are we trying to achieve. And it's not going to be a program that's going to be done in Nairobi alone, it's going to be done in every county. And that is why I will ask our good governors to go see the project so that they can internalize what they need to do in our counties. About the plan we have a plan. And on this plan, failing is not an option. We cannot fail. We cannot fail. And in that plan, there is a big portion that you have to help us with the heavy lifting. We will be proposing certain amendments to the law. We will be proposing some new legislation to take care of what we need to do or to facilitate the implementation of our plan. Just to give you a heads up, we will be proposing the area of housing. We will be proposing the establishment of the housing fund that is going to underpin our housing program. It is something that we should have done in 2018. Unfortunately, we didn't do it. So I will be proposing, we will be working with the relevant committee, because the housing program is a must. And I want to encourage members, and I want to encourage even governors who are here, the governors who are here, the members who are here, I want to encourage you that in the next 1 or 2 weeks, I want you to pay a visit to Pangani, where we have the model program for our housing. You will find in that Pangani that we have actually built a house for 1 million shillings. You know, a good studio with a bedroom and a sitting room and a kitchen and a toilet and a shower for 1 million. And the mortgage for buying that house is 5,000 shillings a month. It is the only program where rent is going to be higher than mortgage. As Rigadi has said, we come from a background where we hardly had any consultation. It was always a lecture, and we have to change that. I want to commit in this very first meeting that this consultation will be the modus operandi for Kenya, as the lawyers would say. This is how we are going to be doing business. We want to listen to everybody where it is possible. We want to listen to the ideas that you have. We want to share. There is no one of us who has a monopoly of knowledge. We can always learn from one another. We can always improve on the ideas we have. We must always be ready, beginning with myself, to give way for a good idea, to give way to a better idea. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. So we will continue to process our discussions in this manner. We consulted with some of the party leaders and leaders in our alliance, and unless we get a different suggestion from the floor, we settled on Moses Wetangula for the Speaker of the National Assembly. And I am going to ask him to come here shortly. Kwa sababu hii kura lazima iombwe. Si ndio? Lazima akuja aombe kura, kwa sababu hakuna kura ya lazima. Kura ni ya kuombwa. Si ndio? Atuongeleshe vizuri. Pia we are recommending to you, subject again to your approval, for Senate, we are recommending Amason Jeffa King. Amason Jeffa Kingi, both these two gentlemen are lawyers. I can vouch that if I had my own vote, I would vote for them. If I was a voter, because I can vouch that they have been committed to our cause, and we are presenting these two gentlemen as the Speaker for Senate and National Assembly, subject to your concurrence and approval, because you will be the people to vote. We also, after consultations, we are presenting to you Lady Boss Cholet, the ladies particularly seem to approve. And also we are presenting Kaduri Murungi, good gentleman from Meru County, as a deputy speaker for the Senate. Boss Cholet is for the National Assembly. Again, subject to your approval, because we want to do this together. Msikuwe na wasiwasi kwamba pengine CDF itapotea, haitapotea. Tutafanya kazi pamoja na nyinyi, kwa sababu not because of any other reason, but because CDF has really given us value for money in many areas. To our lady members of parliament, especially the women reps, I worked with your former colleagues. We established the small fund that is there. We will be entertaining a discussion on how that fund can be enhanced. We know that many women reps have been going through a lot of difficulty. They are judged by the same standards as members of parliament, and yet their kitty is maybe a tenth or maybe 20% of what it is. So we will have a conversation, and I want to ask the members of parliament here, especially the men, please be kinder. Please be kinder to our women members of parliament. They are not a threat to anybody. You know, they are fewer than us, and therefore I know the resistance that normally comes whenever we want to add that kitty inalete kelele, lakini nitawauliza. We are going to have a conversation, and it's going to be a healthy conversation, and we will agree on how we can increase the efficiency of our women representatives, so that even them, they can assist in growing our country without necessarily being in competition with our constituency members of parliament. Let me also undertake on behalf of our team here that CDF for members of parliament is going to be an instrument that will continue to exist. We believe in the rule of law. We know that the legislation that was taken to court is the old legislation. It's not the legislation that currently is the basis upon which CDF is going on. We will continue to work with the law so that it continues to be available, because I have been a member of parliament when there was no CDF, and I have been a member of parliament when there was CDF, and the difference is immense. So I know how important it is for CDF to continue, because it is one of the funds whose impact can be seen in any part of Kenya. I, however, want to also tell you, as members of parliament, especially those of us in the National Assembly, that how you use CDF will determine how long you stay in parliament. Yeah? It is as simple as that. Even if you don't do anything else, if you make sure CDF is used properly, you will be re-elected. Lakini ukienda sasa na hiyo na ingine, raia are very good at accountability. They know, they know whether that money is being used properly or not. I want to tell the younger leaders who've been elected, part of the job that I have, and I have told my good brother and Deputy Rigathi Gachagua and the leaders here, part of the job we have is to mentor the younger people. The new leaders. I want to assure you that we will help you, to grow, and we are going to have programs in the party to assist the new members to understand their role, to appreciate their responsibility, so that we want these members of parliament to be better than us. We want the younger leaders to be better than us as we go into the future. And we will be available. We will call you whenever we see una piga kona, tutawanyorosha. Many of you seated here, I have had occasion to call them and sit them down and tell them, please, hapa iko makosa, nyorosha hapa, nini. And I am very happy that many of you are listening. We only want the best for you, and we want the best for our country. If better leaders take over from us, we become a better country. So we will assist you. And whenever I know, I sometimes tell people things that are not very pleasant. Kuna mwingine namuita namwambia, wewe, mambo ya pombe upunguze ama uwache. Ndio. Saa zingine it looks unkind, but that's what a father is supposed to do. And I am happy that whenever I do that, naona watu wanapunguza maneno, wanakuwa straight kidogo, tunaendelea pamoja. Ndio. So whenever myself, Rigathi, or my good brother Musalia, or one of the senior leaders of our Kenya Kwanza call you, it's not because of anything else. We just want to assist one another so that you become better leaders, because that is the wealth of the leadership of our country. And we really want you to be better leaders, better than us. We are very proud if we have better leaders than ourselves. I want to assure you that this government is big enough for all of us. Itatutosha hii serikali. Msikuwe na wasiwasi. Yeah? Msikuwe na wasiwasi. Our intention is to bake a bigger cake, enough for all of us to share. That's our plan. At this juncture, let me request our friends who are independents, wasimame tu ndio tuwapigie makofi. The independents who are in our midst. Yeah, those are, maybe I can just, I think if I can remember them, that is Engineer Moriuki from Mbere South, mpigie makofi. Mheshimiwa Ntutu from Narok South, mpigieni makofi. Our good friend Rahim from Menti North, Meru Town is his constituency, mpigieni makofi. Mama wetu Governor Kawira Mwangaza from Meru, asante sana mheshimiwa, thank you very much. Our good lady Ngelechei from Keyo Elgeyo Marakwet County, Mama County wa pale. Our good friend Wakili Timothy Toroitich from Marakwet West, begin makofi. Our good friend Mr. Molanya from Nambale, begin makofi. Mheshimiwa Mwalio kutoka Masinga, begin makofi. Ndugu yetu Karauri from Kasarani, begin makofi. I think we have a few more who have not arrived yet, but they are all now members of our team. Tunaelewana? So, karibuni sana waheshimiwa. We are going to work with you because we want to work towards achieving the plan we have for the people of Kenya.